Spends his entire life in teachings of the Shishya or the disciple in hopes that the Shishya will do what? Follow those very valuable instructions. But you know what happens sadly in our society? Gurus spend their entire lives, they even die in the process. And the Shishya does not learn one thing. As a matter of fact, he does quite the opposite of what the teacher has told. What we should do in our lives, if we have gurus, understand that that guru, G-U-R-U, he is born in human form, but who is he really? Can anybody tell me? God in human form. Just like we would have come and prostrated ourselves to Lord, when we have our gurus in our life, we must respect him the highest, follow his dictates, and protect the close ones that are associated with that guru. If one fails to do this, as a matter of fact, it is considered a sin in the lives of that student. So all of us have come here. Let us supplicate ourselves to Mother, but also understand that Guru, living or not, still has an effect in our life. Why? Because even though a great person like Guru is gone, like our Guruji, Shri Prakash Gossai, even though he's my father, I say this time and time again, he was one of the greatest men that ever lived. What we have to do as his students is be the best we can be and help those around us. This was his message to us in life. If we can do that, we are successful. If we did not do that, we have to analyze where we went wrong. Okay? Understand that even though a guru passes on, he is never gone. As a matter of fact, he's more there then than ever. Okay? Respect your gurus, respect your teacher, respect the families of your guru. These are the people who are worthy of respect in life. Yeah? Then Goswami Tulsidas pays reverence to Lord Shiva, pays reverence to Saraswati Ma, pays reverence to Ganesha in an attempt that they will indeed bless us. Okay? So this interesting portion of the Ramayana that we will see tonight is taken from Lanka Kand. How many sections of Ramayana are there? Can anybody tell me? 7 sections. Okay? I gave the answers. Now, we will look at the 6th chapter, Lanka Kand. And in this beautiful Kanda, can you tell me who was destroyed? Ravan was finally destroyed. This chapter is the culmination of Ramayana. What happened after the destruction of Ravan? Tulsidas writes. What is the scenario, my dear brothers and sisters, in the Ramayana at this point in time? Ravan has just been annihilated by 2 very valiant brothers, Ram and Lakshmana. Hanumanji doesn't cease to hop over the ocean once again. Actually, he goes there where Sita is, very sad. And what does he say? Sabaviti kusala kosala disa. He tells Mother Sita, do not worry, your mother. Guess what has just happened? Sabaviti kusala kosala disa matu samar jityo dasasisa. Your husband, your Lord, my dear mother, guess what he has just accomplished? That no other man in this world could have accomplished as of yet. He has jityo dasasisa. He has destroyed who? Ravan. And another name for Ravan, my dear brothers and sisters, is who? Dasasisa. Dasa means 10. Sisa means head. Ravan had how many heads? 10 heads. You know what that was symbolic of, my dear brothers and sisters? The 10 enemies of human life. And I'll be brave enough to say this. 5 sets of enemies are, guess what? The human senses. What do we have? Eye, nose, mouth, hearing, touch. This is the 5. There are another 5. They're called the 5 karma indriyas. What are they? Speech, hands, feet, reproductive organs, and organs of excretion. These are the 5 ways, 10 ways rather, that man commits karma in his life. Without these 5 things, 10 things rather, all you're left with is a torso. And a torso by itself can't do nothing. But if you have 5 senses and 5 organs of action that we just said, only then are you allowed or permitted to do what? Act in life. Now, 5 senses and 5 karmendriyas are not bad things. But what makes them bad sometimes? The mind. You see how everything just goes back to the mind, my dear brothers and sisters? Who was able to conquer this? Can you tell me? Shri Ram and Lakshmana. They too represent Jnana. Can you say that word for me? Jnana and Vairagya. Say Vairagya. Jnana means knowledge. Knowledge of that supreme reality that we pray to in the form of Dugeshwari Mata tonight. And also Vairagya, which means having the ability to say no to things. You see, body, that first thing easy. We come to temple and we prostrate ourselves to God, and we're the most saintliest people. You see, when we left this place now, that is when the second thing does come in. What is that called? Vairagya. Can you say that word for me again? Vairagya means the ability to say no. And as you will reflect on last night's discussion, we have desires in our life. Isn't that true? But you know, desire has 2 heads, or 2 things about it. One good thing and one bad thing. Depending on where your mind is, when you're alone or with other people, you have the power whether to say yes to a positive desire or say no to a negative desire. But because of the way that the senses are, guess where the mind is always attracted? In the path of the not so good. It may seem natural. Why? I'll tell you why. Because we have the mind. And I let you know a little secret. The mind that we have in this human embodiment is no different from the mind of a monkey. Okay? And my Bal Vihar students will understand this point that I'm making, the children who are here. When you have a bowl, right? Say you have a bowl. It's a hot summer day. You fill that bowl up with grapes. You put a boy here and a monkey here. A 10-year-old boy and a monkey. Hold that bowl of grapes out. Remember, hot summer day. What is the monkey going to do that the boy is not going to do? Sandeep? The monkey is going to go and attack the person with the bowl and eat the grapes. Is that true? Isn't that right? But guess what that 10-year-old boy is thinking? Man, that grape look proper nice, hot summer day. Let me go and attack you and take that grapes, huh? But what is it about that boy that's going to make him think twice about acting like an animal? It starts with an I, bro, yogi. Intellect. Human beings, my dear brothers and sisters, are blessed with a mind fully developed and an intellect that is fully developed. Fully developed. But guess how many people choose to use that intellect? Now, I'm not talking about I here, okay. But the people on the outside. For example, I go on YouTube. I can choose with my intellect to look at something educational. But guess where my mind is steady? On those not so good videos. Those videos, as a matter of fact, get how many views? 20,000, 10 million views at a time. But little videos like my pravachans, guess how much they get? 10 views, you know. You see what I'm trying to say? Where are our priorities, my dear brothers and sisters? Where are we using our minds? Are we using our minds to be constructive? Or are we using our minds to be destructive? This is the choice you are going to have to make. This is the definition of vairagya. Knowing when to say no in life and understanding that you must say no. Sometimes, when you're at school and you're heavily tempted, it is easy to say yes. But you know who is the strong man? The strong man is the one who says no, and then people respect him for that. See? Don't be a yes man in life. Sometimes say no if it means protection for yourself. Okay? Samaviti kusala kusala desa maku samara jeevyo dasisa. Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman, and the rest of the army, what were they able to do? Able to destroy Ravan. It took some time, but they were able to do so. Avichala Raju Vibhishana Payo. And what else happened? That great soul Vibhishan, he regained his kingdom where he was kicked out of. Avichala Raju Vibhishana Payo. Suni Kavi Vajana Harasha Purachai. And then you know what happened to Mother Sita? That incarnation of Durgeshwari Mata herself, she was ecstatic. Imagine the most exciting news you have ever heard. Anybody, if you won the lottery? Don't be frightened. But I'll come after you afterwards. Okay. But anybody who won the, I'm not saying I didn't win the lottery, but I'm going to raise my hand and say I won the lottery. I won the lottery of love for my God. That is the love, that is the greatest wealth anyone can have. So I will be happy and say that I have the love of the Lord in my heart. I won the lottery. Actually, if you look at the bhajan, Ramacharitamanas dhana payo payoji mene. I have received what? Not anything monetary, but I've received the love of God in my life. So when she heard this news, she felt like $1 million. How did she express herself? Based on that look, the son or daughter speaks to the mother, isn't that true? Or wants to hear what that mother wants to say. Or else, you know what? The child gets away into the room and locks the door because he is scared. Ati harasha manadana pulaka lochana. How was Sita Ma? How did she express herself? Ati harasha. Can you say the word harsh for me? Harsh. Harsha means extremely happy. What else did Sita go through? Sita ji? Mana tana pulaka lochana. Mana tana pulaka. All them hairs on her hand, guess what they were? They were standing up. Like when you get frightened. Or you hear some really good news. Guess what happens to them? You get goose pimple, isn't that true? In Guyana, there is a timpla. Right? Goose pimpla. Right? Ati harisha manadana pulaka lochana. And what about her eyes? Lochana sajana, they were filled with tears. When Hanumanji came and he told Mother Sita that Ravan has been destroyed, that Rama, Lakshman have killed Ravan, she was happy to know that her Lord once again would be seen by everyone, including Sita. What did she say? Ka dehu tohi trailoka mahu. What can I give you that is there in these three worlds, my Hanumanji? Kabi kimapi nahi bani sama. The truth of the matter is, I cannot give you anything for the news that you've given me. The happiness that you have shown me, my son, I don't have words for that. As a matter of fact, all I can tell you, or all I can show you, is that I'm extremely happy in my mind, and my body shows it by hair standing on end, and my eyes filled with tears. What did Hanumanji say? Sunu Mahu, Mai payo akhil jaga raju aju na samshaya. Do not have any doubt, mother. I too have acquired a kingdom. What is that kingdom? Ranajiti ripu dala bandhu juta pasyami ramamanay mayin. I have achieved the kingdom of Rama in my life. How? Because my Lord has defeated that wicked Rama. Now, let us deeply analyze this verse here. Why is Mother Sita proud of Hanumanji? Yes.
Hanumanji gave her the news that Lord Rama destroyed them.
Very good, Sandeep. Hanumanji gave her the news. Think about your mother, think about your father, think about your guru. If your son approached you and gave you such good news that you had no words for that, what would you in turn do for that person? Tell me. You would bless that child tremendously, isn't that true? If your child had the same humility as Hanumanji, if your child had bal, courage, if your child had wisdom, if your child had intelligence, how would you feel as a guru, as a parent, or a teacher, or anyone that is elder than the child? You would feel proud, you would feel ecstatic. As a matter of fact, you will do anything in your power to make that child happy. Isn't that true? Hanumanji, my dear brothers and sisters, the reason why he is qualified, the reason why he is a good son, is not because he went to see Sita and gave her good news. That's only the culmination. But what happened? He announced that the 5 senses and the 5 karma indriyas, or the 5 organs of action, have been what? Destroyed. When we say destroyed, we're not saying literally destroyed, but we're saying controlled. Can you say this word for me? Dhamma. Dhamma. Dhamma in Sanskrit means control of the senses. As a matter of fact, in the Hanuman Chalisa, what do we say? Jai 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 Hanuman Gossai. You know what that word Gossai means? Very loaded word. Go means the senses. Sai means the master of. So who is Gossai? The one who has mastered the senses. Therefore we say Jai 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 Hanumana Gossai. We are doing quite the opposite. Again, not you. Not you. Everybody on the outside there. Okay? And even if you want to admit it, that's okay too. Because you know what is the cure to any problem? First, you must admit the problem first. And then the cure becomes easily accessible to you. So, Tvameva Mata Chavita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu, you are my friend also. I must do my best for you. And how do I do that? Control of my senses, control of all my organs, making sure my mind is in the right place. And you know who qualifies in this description? Starts with H. Hanumanji, Alisa said beautifully. Hanumanji. If Hanumanji came to Sita and said simply, Mother, I have some good news for you. Sita, you would have chased him with a stick. He would have said, go on from here. But why did Sita ji accept him so lovingly? Why did she have this happiness, this harsha, pulaka sharira, lochana sajjana? Why did she have these 3 things? The hair standing on end, the happiness in the mind, and the eyes full of tears? Because Hanumanji has destroyed, along with knowledge and the ability to say no, has helped destroy the evil in life. Ravan is not somebody outside. Wickedness is not outside. You know where wickedness dwells? Right here, buddy. When we can change ourselves by means of positive action, by means of charity, by means of helping anyone around us, and not being selfish in our life, this is when Sita Ma or Durgeshwari Ma will be extremely happy. What did Hanumanji say after that? How did he respond? Tulsidas writes. However little it may be. Oh son, you've done very well. Now devise a plan where I can see Ram too. Because how many years was Sita away from Ram? You tell me? 14 years in the forest, but approximately some time away from Ram during those 14 years. Okay? The exact number I'm not sure. Right? Dekho nayana syama mridu gata. Right? I want to see that word again. Tava Hanuman Rama Pahijai. Then Hanumanji went to Shri Ram. He hastened. He went straight. And then Janaga Suta Kai Kusala Sunai. When she saw Hanumanji take off, you know what she said? That's my boy. That's my boy. Think about the last time your parents were proud of you, the youngsters here. When was the last time they tapped you on the back and said, that's my boy? Don't you love when your parents tell you that? All the youngsters who are here, when their parents praise you, how do you feel? Raise your hand if you feel happy. Raise 10 hands if you have 10 hands. Raise 2 hands. All of the youngsters here, raise your hand when your parents tell you you're happy. I'm asking you to do so. All of you, are you saying? Raise your hand high. This is something to be happy about. Hanumanji felt this way. Ravi has done super well. I'll tell you an example of Ravi here. He plays tabla. He's also a CPA, and his parents love him. You see? Because he's done well. Any youngster who has done well in life, the parents are happy. Alicia is a medical doctor. She's sitting right there, youngster. Imagine how happy her parents may be for her. When our parents tell us we've done well, there's no higher reward. And imagine if Durgeshwari Mata were to give you the certificate of approval in life, how would you feel? But you know what happens sadly, my dear brothers and sisters? We go through life thinking that we can never change, that the situations around us are like that forever. But you know what, as I said last night, today is the youngest you will ever be. Therefore, you still can change. Be like Hanumanji, not afraid of the challenge. accepting everything that comes, rejecting nothing, understanding that Mother has given us the task that we know we can handle, that she knows we can handle. There's a very famous saying, God gives us things, isn't that true? When we do prasadam, we offer things to God, isn't that right? Conscience within you to make the right choice and continue to make Durgeshwari Mata proud. Then when you make her proud, Janaka Suta Kai Kusala Sunai. Then even Sita Ma, Durga Ma, Lakshmi, Saraswati will be extremely happy with you.